Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Mary Jane's in the building. Peep Squad is in the building. Hey, what's up? What's going on with all my peeps and my peoples? Please make sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll help us go all the way to the top. Help us bring other platforms to the top. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Hit it. Hit that like button. Let's get to the top, baby. For real, for real. All the way up. So let's talk about Love After Lockup Season 2 Episode 9. This show is ridiculous. I can't believe I was missing out on this bullshit. I was like, yo, let's talk about Tracie and Clint. This is a sad situation. We got Clint. He's depressed. Clinically diagnosed depressed. I mean, he looks like he does drugs. It seems like he does drugs. It seems like he's on drugs. But I guess they're saying he's not on drugs. But he got a lot going on. It is just terrible. Like, yo, what's really good? But also, two of the people that's on the show have been locked up since this show has been aired. Love After Lockup. Like, really, what's really good? What's really going on? So we have Tracie on her honeymoon night. She left. She took the rental car. She took $100 gas. She bounced. She wanted to get high. She wanted to do drugs. You know, she was a crack fiend. She wanted that crack. Scotty, beat me up. So she's on them drugs. And basically, she played Clint like it was nobody's business. He's desperate, seeking attention and love, because who in their right mind goes to a prison website and look for love? You know, look for love outside. Look for love, you know, be outside, be a part of the community, be a part of your neighborhood, like whatever. It says something strange about somebody that goes to a prison site looking for people to be in a relationship with. It's one thing if you're with somebody and they got locked up, or you actually know the person and they got locked up and they end up contacting you some way, somehow, you know, through a third party or whatever. That's one thing, but a complete stranger's locked up. Tracie seems scary. A lot of these people on this show seem scary, that you just really creep me out, that you wouldn't even want in your presence or even want to be next to them. But anyways, Tracie done went on her crack fiend. She was gone. She got the rental car. She done crashed the car up. She done damaged the car. She done did whatever she needed to do. Got her drugs. She's back locked up in jail. Clinton, he meets with his ex-wife, and tell her the deal that he owes the rental company $21,000. Then Clint had the nerve to say that she could have hurt him worse. She could have hurt him bad. Imagine if she would have took my debit cards. If she would have took your debit card or your credit card, you could have reported stolen. Then the charges wouldn't go back. It wouldn't revert back to you. They'll be looking for Tracie. But the rental card was in your name. She did $21,000 worth of damage. What are you talking about? That's a down payment on a house. That's a down payment on a business. Like, and you talking about you talking about you broke. You don't got that much money. You know, you're working in a hotel as a auditor or whatever at one little small ricky-dicky hotel, so you don't got that money like that. If you was working for the city or the state or working for a big company or organization doing audits or being an auditor where you go, whatever. So anyways, we was like, you know, she didn't take my debit cards, you know, and I had $200 bills and she only took one, or she didn't take the $100 bill. Like the $100 bill that, you know, that she left in your wallet, why would she need it? She got a car, you know, and she left the ring, so she could have did me really dirty. Yeah, she did you dirty. $21,000 does not add up to that $100. The credit cards, because your limit, if you don't got money like that, your limit is not that, you know, long. You know what I mean? It's not like it's a black card. You didn't say you had a black card, and I don't believe you have a black card. So whatever. And he still wants to be with Tracie. You know, it's just like, it's a damn shame. He still wants to be with her. He still thinks it could work. He just still think, you know, it's only been I haven't seen her for 6 days. I love her. You know, his ex-wife was telling him he needs to go see a lawyer and find out if he can find out to make sure he's not in any trouble, and try them and have like the rental company or anything that she has done due to his name be reverted to her and not him. He don't really want to do that. He don't want to snitch on her. He don't want to do anything to her because she's out on parole. You know, she got probation. She got whatever going on. So she's on probation or something like that. So basically, and then on top of that, he was like, I was so upset when I was laying up in the bed with Tracie after we done, you know, consummated our relationship, or you consummated the first night that you met each other, that, you know, she had some crack and then she wanted some more crack, and I was just so distraught. Clint was like, I was just so distraught, motherfucker. So he was like, I was so distraught. And so I went for a walk. So he goes for a walk without the keys to the car, without his wallet, without his cell phone, anything. Like, what's wrong with you? Why would you leave your cell phone when you don't know where you at? You're in another city, another state or whatever. You're with a convicted criminal that has fraud, is a fraud, and she steals money. check cashing schemes and all types of this and that. Then you gotta leave a rental car that you don't own. It's not yours. So if something happened to it, if you don't get insurance on it, you owe it. And sometimes when you do get insurance on a rental car, it depends on how much damage is done to the car too as well. Unless you use your own insurance, and if you have full coverage as an insurance, then they'll come after your insurance company. So some way, somehow you're gonna pay. So you're gonna leave the keys to the car. So you're negligent for leaving your keys, your wallet, your identification, everything. She could have went and created a whole new ID, a whole new person, and committed so many crimes, and you could be locked up, and then you'd be fighting for years to get your identity back. You lucky. I don't know if that happened or not, but it's just like, come on, you're negligent for leaving all that stuff around, knowing her criminal record, her criminal history, and then she's told you she wants some more crack, so you leaving all your valuables with a crackhead. I don't know. I think Clint needs a life coach. He needs someone to protect him in life, because he makes the most stupidest, dumb decisions ever. How did he think this woman was in love with him? His mother was like, you need to get the marriage or no. And he was like, no, I don't want to do that. Oh, no. And the mom was like, she's, you know, her looks are going to fade and you're going to just end up with a junkie. And he still don't want to hear it. He still want to go back. He finds out that she's locked up somewhere in somebody's jail. He don't know what city or state it's in, but he's just so happy that she's not with another man, and possibly that she's alive, so he ain't gonna do nothing to jeopardize her getting locked up again. But needless to say, he don't give a shit about himself, his well-being. So if a motherfucker don't care about their self, why should anybody else do? But the stupid and the dumb need people to protect them, and that's what Clint is. I just don't know. But at least he made a decision with good decision with his ex-wife. You know, she's not, you know, using him or manipulating him at all. And they work together, whatever. But it just seems like he had a slump. He had a road. He had something. And he just lost his whole identity of who he is. And he let the depression and the insecurity and not loving himself and not liking himself, seeking where he picks the lowest of the low. He picks someone lower than him so he can feel a little bit better about himself, maybe. Or maybe he can help her and he can change her. And knowing that he needs to help and change himself because he's all messed up in the head. So I'm just like, this is just a sad situation, straight up and down. His mother was like, I tried to give her a chance, but she's a crackhead. Oh no, we can't be doing with these crackheads. You know, the mom's worried about she's gonna come in and steal their identity. She's gonna come in and steal their furniture and their valuables. They're like, I know the mom is like, damn, what did I raise? The mom must just be like, damn, this is just to see your child make the worst decision ever, and then want to continue with the worst decisions ever, and hasn't learned a lesson. So Clint's gonna have to learn the hard way, and that's what it is. Some people just have to learn the hard way, and that's just gonna be what it's gonna be. It is what it is, baby. So we got Lizzie and Scott. You know, Lizzie looks like she's still, you know, taking some type of narcotic. She might be taking prescription drugs that's actually from a doctor, mood stabilizers or something like that. But she is just, She's a trip. She said she got over $800,000 from all the tricks that she was with. So basically, she needs to go back to prison so she can be rich. She made $800,000 behind bars. She been tricking the tricks. She would tell them that, hey, listen, put some money on my books because my mama didn't. Then if they do put $100 on your books or whatever, that means that's your trick and you can get money. You continue with the same story. Or you tell them that you need to pay restitution and you'll be out soon and be home close to them. So look at all these desperate people. I mean, desperate than the mother effer. You know, they're sending hundreds and thousands of dollars to a woman that's locked up in jail. They can't touch, they can't kiss, they can't eat, they can't do nothing with. But basically, they're lonely degenerates. And so they think that the person in prison was worse off, but they getting scammed and game run on them. Like, damn. And then, you know, Lizzie was like, yo, listen, I learned this from my lifer. Like, she ain't gonna never change her ways. She's always going to be about that money. Once she finds out that Scott ain't got no money, he's broke, she's gonna leave. Unless, only way she doesn't leave Scott is she can continue to get a legal paycheck from the show, but she still will be juicing dudes out here in the streets because she's been doing it for her whole life, and right now she ain't gonna change, and she's about that money. She's about that life. But her daughter did not snitch on her when Scott asked her daughter, Jasmine, do you think your mother's using me for my money? And the daughter said, I can't ask. And Scott was like, you know, she said that, and he asked the daughter, how many tricks of your mothers have you met? What kind of question is that? Like, yo, like, this is not normal. This is not regular, but for some people it is. But shit, you just don't go to a prison place and just meet people in prison. Like, damn, we still got love for all our brothers and our sisters that are locked down in prison or whatever, blase and the third, and we still got to support him because a lot of them in there are innocent. But these motherfuckers on this show is running game all day, every day. They are so we're going to isolate these people on the show from the other people that are locked up and just give a general analysis on it, or my opinion. And you guys can tell me your opinion too as well. But Scott asked the daughter Jasmine, has she met any of the tricks? And she was like, I only met one. What kind of question is that? It's like, damn. But the mother was out there about that life, and she was in prison getting high. So that tells you drugs come in and out the prison. Prison's a money-making business. Not only is Walmart and all these other businesses are making money, but people making money off drugs in the prison system. Damn. $800,000. Baby, you need to set up... Lizzie needs to set up some type of book. She needs to write a book, set up some type of a website, how to get money from a trick, how to get money from a desperate man, how to get money from a insecure man, because basically $800,000, she's out here pimping. She's pimping. She was pimping and she wasn't even touching. She would just send them pictures. I was like, damn, this is the, when she finds out that he's broke. And then you got Scott. He done spent $90,000. He hasn't been honest with Lizzie to tell her the truth. Lizzie looks delusional. Scott has low self-esteem. He has insecurity. He don't love himself. He's scared. He's afraid. And he doesn't think he deserves anything good in life, anything that's worth in life. He's on a road as a truck driver, lonely. So he's always been apart from people and his family. So it's only normal for him to be apart from the woman he's going to marry or he want to be with in prison. So it's a win-win situation for him. But it cost him $90,000 to date a woman that was locked up in the prison. I was just like, damn. And then you got them talking there at the church. You got, Lizzie was like, I need to give a confession. Or she's telling the priest all the shit she did. She was like, I haven't been in confession. I haven't had a confession in like 12 years. I was just like, damn. And she was telling the priest all her business, how she be pimping out here in these streets. Well, out there behind bars or whatever. Then she kind of gets mad at Scott because he doesn't have his vows prepared. They're going to get married in this big church. I don't know who's going to pay for it. Is he going to go bankrupt, or he's going to make more credit cards before they find out he ain't got no money? How is he going to pay for this wedding, the dress? He got her that big ass rock and she thinks it's all good. But once she finds out he ain't got no money, she's going to go AWOL unless she still receives a paycheck from the show. She gonna find somebody else. That's all she knows how to do. She was like, I just been pimping, like, taking advantage of men and taking their money, doing what I need to do, baby, to stay on top. Her daughter Jasmine is upset. She's mad at Scott because Scott proposed to her mother. She don't think it's right. They've only been around each other for 3 days or whatever. And, the daughter Jasmine is just like, yo, it's too soon. You rushing it. Yes, Jasmine is right. She's right in what she's talking about or whatever. But her mother ain't listening to her now. And her mother ain't been listening to her. She ain't gonna start now. Her mother has her own woman. And you got Scott talking about, we talked on the phone. We've been together for 3 years. We've been talking on the phone day in and day out. And Jasmine was like, just because you talked on the phone and you had a couple of, visits, doesn't mean you know her. She's kicking game. She's kicking game of how he's getting pimped. And, Scott is not even getting it. His son is just like, whatever. So hopefully his son doesn't suffer from these low self-esteem issues and be a simp like, the father is. Because this is just a travesty. This is just sad. He could have found a decent woman that was out on the outside that didn't have this history of using and abusing and taking money and from guys and just been a pimp. She just been pimping tricks and trade. So I'm just like, damn. And Scott is all, and she said, oh, I love you. And then when Lizzie even said that, even with all your flaws, she said, all your flaws, I still love you. That's some bullshit to say. That's dissing him. Your flaws, if they don't mean nothing to him, if his flaws doesn't mean nothing to you, Liz, why would you even bring up them flaws? They will all be perfections. With all your perfections, but she said flaws, so that makes him thinking too as well. I do have some flaws, kind of overweight, my teeth, my hair, my age, my skin. So basically she is using mind control and she's manipulating him at the same time, building up his confidence and taking down his confidence. It's just a game that she's playing, and the daughter peeps the game. She's trying to let Scott know what's up, but Scott ain't trying to hear it. And Scott hasn't even touched Lizzie sexually or had sex or anything like that. And Lizzie said even if she gets married, she might have sex with him and she might not. It's whenever she's ready. I was just like, damn, too bad Megan didn't pick up that line. Megan should have been talking to Lizzie about how to use her body the right way instead of just giving it to anybody that came along with a pretty face and a smile and some braids or some long hair. So I'm just like, damn. It's bad for business, baby. And so let's move on to this situation. So we got Michael. He's been locked up again. He's been back locked up. He had bond for $3,500. You know, with possession of narcotics on December 8th, and basically he's already on probation or parole. And so, you know, the new charges are felony charge, so we don't know how long he's going to be locked up behind bars. So that means he's probably going to stay with Sarah because he's married to her and he got her child. And today it says that they are still together, and he done been playing his game. He's been having his cake and eat it too. And Megan is just, damn, well, you're supposed to pick a man like your father, especially if you was raised with your father. You pick a man like Michael. It's just like Megan doesn't have no self-esteem, no confidence, and she chose anybody that gave her some attention, said sweet nothings in her ear because she had no experience. She should have been dating more, going out more, and being selective of who she chooses to have sex with, or at least do a background check on Michael. He's in the system. Find out if he is married. Find out. But she probably didn't believe that Michael was married because he's 26 years old. She knows he has a child. When that dude didn't come home to visit you first, when he got out, and you wasn't there to meet him at the prison when he got out, when he got released, you are second best. You are not first best. And then he took like 2 days to see you after he got out. That means you are below the totem pole. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should, like, she don't know her worth. She don't know her value or whatever. When he didn't come home to see me, I would have been finding out where he's at. He ain't got no cell phone or nothing. She should have sent him a cell phone. Blase in the third. Sarah done got him a cell phone. And then let's talk about Sarah, fake ass. Sarah, when she's with her Caucasian friends, she talks like she's Caucasian. Sounds like she's Caucasian. She don't pronounce her words with emphasis on different things. But when she's around Michael and, you know, Black people, she pronounced her vowels and her words very differently, so she can sound or give the image that she might be, you know, Black. You know what I'm saying? So, like, she's totally playing the race card over there. She totally in an identity crisis, and that's why Michael got her, using her and abusing her, and she's home waiting for him to come, and she don't get it that she act like she don't even know Michael, that she just met him, that he ain't out here tricking, that you know. And then on top of that, Sarah, your man, he's your husband. You live together right now. You know, probation and the people that got whoever that got him on them papers, they come to your house to see where he's at and where he's living, and he don't even come home at night. What kind of shit is that? Every husband's supposed to come home at night. When your husband doesn't come home at night, it's time to get out them hot grits, baby. I don't know what's going on. Even men that cheat, when they married, whoever they cheating with, they be like, oh, it's 1 o'clock, I gotta get home. They know this curfew time. They got a curfew because they have respect for their wife not to spend the night out. But Michael has no respect and no regards. It's going on 23 hours. Sarah has not even talked to Michael. Michael and, you know, Megan, they done consummated their relationship, done had sex. And, you know, Megan had the nerve to say, Michael, how was it? You haven't had sex in 2 years and you just had sex with me. He was like, it was great. It was everything that I expected. Knowing that he done had sex with Sarah, like, 3 hours after he got out. And, you know, basically he said he prefers to have sex with Megan, but, you know, he had to have sex with Sarah first because he wanted that old coochie back for number one, and I guess he just wanted Sarah, and he's playing these games, you know what I mean? He's having his cake and eat it too, and he's doing his thing, and he don't think like he's gonna face any consequences for his behaviors or how he act. That's why he got locked up again, because he's thinking he's slick, he's sly, he's fast, he's quick, and he's not, because he keep getting caught by the police. And Sarah and Megan are going to meet up sooner or later. And Megan, oh my goodness, Megan talking about she wants to move there. She wants to live there. He was like, nah, baby, I'm on them papers. I don't even know if I'm going to be here. She was like, well, you can't leave. Ain't you on probation or whatever? parole, and he was like, well, I'm thinking about transferring and whatever. And then he gets that phone call from Sarah. But in the meantime, in between time, Michael tells us he done ate her out. She done did the dirty. She gave him fellatio. They did this. He said he had sex with her. He after. He said he did all that. And he said he has a ring that he's going to propose to Megan. How you going to propose to Megan when you already married? You know what I'm saying? This is the dumb shit I'm talking about. Like, he's a dumb criminal, dumb individual. The women he's with are dumb too. That's why he can play these games with, because nobody with any real sense or any real knowledge will be putting out with his bullshit. And he wouldn't know, and they would know when he tried to create an argument with Sarah what's up. And then Megan would know if he don't see me when he first come out, or an hour after he get out, or he don't ask me to be up there to greet him. Because usually when a man gets out, he wants to see his baby, his girl that he's with. She instantly comes up there and she's there to pick him up, even if she's in a rental or she catch the bus to be there with him. Especially if they ain't never consummated their relationship. You know what I'm saying? So miss me with all that. So he got a little bit up on them, but they all down low on the IQ scale. So it is what it is. And he was talking all this when he was like, this is and Michael said, this is like the first time, it's like my first time all over again. Like, oh my God, because he hasn't had sex for 2 years. He's just playing these games. And then they go to Niagara Falls. He's hiding his phone. He don't want it to get wet because they're going to go on the boat. And then that's when, you know, Megan was like, put your phone in my pocketbook. And he was like, no, but he'd rather get his phone wet. And if he just got the phone and he just got out, who the fuck will be calling him? So why can't you put your phone in my pocketbook? You know, because you got something to hide to as well. But Sarah got something on that ass. Sarah was like, yo, she called Michael up and she was like, yo, probation, the paper people are after here looking for you. So you better get home because you missed curfew. She's the type of person that it seems like she'll call them and be like, yo, or she'll make up that line and be like, yo, they came here looking for you. You better get home now. You done missed curfew, baby. Just to get him home because she knows the ins and out of his situation, which Megan doesn't know. You know, his probation officer, his probation stat and his parole status or whatever, or who the people to call and talk to. She's just, out there in La La Land thinking she gonna move there. He ain't got no money. He ain't got no job. Just because he got that, how did he pay for that hotel, the food? How he do all that? How he do all that? And then Megan was like, I would think that he would plan things out. He knew I was coming up here, and you would think he would have everything okay with his probationary officer, his probation officer, or his parole people, or his paper people. He would have it all set, but he didn't. So I don't know. I'm missing him. Oh my God. It's terrible. So at least she got her cherry popped. She said her flower has been popped. Her flower has been, picked, perked, or whatever. She's happy in her own ignorance. So it's all good. If she wanted to know if Michael was married, she could have found out. She could have did some background check on him. Her family, her father, her mother, they should have did some research on this man. Your daughter, even though she's 28, she hasn't had sex. She seemed ditzy and shit like that, because last time she was supposed to meet up with him and she went to the airport and he canceled it on her, like, yo, this is what you dealing with. But she was gonna do whatever the hell she want to do, because she feel like she grown. She is grown. She's 28, but she got a mind of a 13-year-old, and that's why Michael's able to play games on her. And Sarah got a mind of a 12-year-old. That's why he's able to play games on her. But she knows some sneaky little tricks to do to get him home. So we have that situation. So I wonder if they bailed Michael out of jail, getting caught with that narcotics. So we assume that he paid for the hotel, Niagara Falls trip, and room service with, some narcotics money, allegedly. So I'm just like, whatever, baby. It is what it is. Then we get Brittany and Marcelino. Or Marcelin. So basically, this situation is just, Brittany, she done lied to him. Basically, Brittany was over there chilling with her ex-girlfriend. She didn't tell him. She didn't tell Marcelo what was going on, what was happening. And Marcelino, she didn't tell Marcelino what was going on or what's happening in their relationship, that, she was in a lesbian relationship with a girl that she was locked up with, and then the girl came back to the hotel and was chilling. So now she finally tells him. She gets upset with him, call him immature, but damn, you done lied to him and shit like that. Like, how would you feel if the person that you set up for a year to have them come home and they bring their ex to the hotel while you're not there, in the same room, the same area that you guys slept in? That's shady. That is, you know, that's leading you back to your old behavior by lying and being sneaky, and that's terrible. You don't need to do that. Be upfront. Have him there. Have your, you know, fiance or your boyfriend there with you or whatever, because I would feel a certain type of way if my boyfriend bring his ex-girlfriend to a hotel room, I'm not there. I don't care if you stood by the pool or whatever. I'm not feeling it. Like, that's a lie. I don't know what happened. I don't know why you even take them chances to be around your ex or whatever without telling me, knowing that can interfere with our relationship. So yes, Brittany was very wrong on that situation. And Marcelino, he's scary. He looks weird. He looks like there's something going on. He gets upset. He's drinking out his fliss and a flask or whatever, and he's drinking alcohol in the middle of the day in the desert while it's hot outside. Makes me think that he got, you know, some alcoholism problem. Then he also says that he's been alone, he's been lonely, and all this other stuff. So he was looking for a pen pal. He got her. It's just like all types of issues going on. Brittany doesn't think that, you know, it's going to work out because the situation, because she wants her cake and eat it too. She wants the man, she wants the woman, she wants the stable home, the stable life, him giving her the apartment, having a place where parole, where all the people can say that she has a good environment to bring a child home. But then she's in love with her ex, and she says she was sexually attracted to her. Then taking the chances of bringing her to the hotel where your man is sleeping. That's shady, because how would she feel if he did some shit like that to her? She would be upset and she'll be mad. She wants to have a mature conversation, but you wasn't mature enough to let him know what was going down or tell him the truth up front. Why wait till now? Tell him why you locked up. Tell him why you on the phone, to give him a choice too as well. But he's crazy. He's loca, in my opinion. He has a lot of screws loose. He's been through a lot. He's been mistreated. He got trust issues. He's been abused, and he doesn't know how to be a man, and he doesn't know how to be in a relationship with a woman. And then on top of that, he picks a woman with a sketchy past, a sketchy type of background, that's been locked up for years, that been selling drugs, that been doing meth, and she could be, now she's out, she can go either back or forth, because sometimes most criminals repeat their behaviors. Not all of them, but some do. So now he's in a relationship where it's twice as hard for him to actually adjust because of all the issue that Brittany has. But then why would he go himself and pick her? Because he wants to have a heads up that, oh, I can control you on who you talk to, who you're with, because you made bad decisions. Like, this ain't no military relationship. This ain't no school teacher relationship. You know, you either pick somebody and you let go, not let go of their past, but you embrace them, and then embrace that where you don't have to worry about, you should trust in that person that they're gonna do the right thing. And if you don't believe they're gonna do the right thing and they're gonna end up back behind bars, then leave. Why the freak you stay then? Why are you creating extra issues when it don't need to be the extra issues? And I don't believe like he's there for her son, because her son reminds him of her sleeping with another man. So he has all types of issues, and it also reminds him of when he was a child and his stepfather abused him. So he's ultimately like Brittany's son's stepfather if the son actually come over. So he has a lot of working out to do. He could be fixed, he could be changed. But I don't know if Brittany could, because I don't know if Brittany's living a lie where she's really not feeling Marcelo, but she needs a stable place. She needs to get on her feet and all this other stuff. Or she's confused too as well, because she says that she's sexually attracted to her ex. So we have all that situation. I was like, damn. But he did have a point. And I understand Brittany's point too as well, because you already act so insecure and you judge me, you judge my friends, that I didn't want to bring nobody around you. But it's like, damn, we supposed to be ride or die, and you bringing your ex back, and you're supposed to leave that part of you supposed to be closed, and you're supposed to be open to me. But maybe she needed to close that area in her life, but it doesn't seem like it. She met up with her twice. They went wedding shopping, and you already know this woman wants to be back with you, Brittany, and you are flirting with the idea of her being back with you, and you allow her flirting with the ideas of being back with you when she tried on that wedding dress. So you're at fault at this situation. And Marcelo is at fault for just putting himself in the situation, because it's mentally too much for him to deal with at this time, because he don't know self. I was just like, damn, baby. Like, what is going on? It's just like crazy. And so then we get on to, and Matt, he's back in jail. He's locked up. Matt is back behind bars. He's been locked up for stealing a car and allegedly driving a car, allegedly driving a car with an expired license or not having a license at all. And the car is supposed to be registered to Caitlyn. So he's already doing time behind bars. I don't know if he was bonded out or not. I think they didn't say whether he had bond or not, or whatever. So anyways, Caitlyn thinks that she's on some type of paradise. Matt is in the car with his boy getting high, smoking weed, so he'll be back on meth in a minute. He's already drinking, he's already smoking weed, he'll be back on meth in a minute. He goes for a job interview. He totally, throws out that job interview by acting up, by being stupid, by being dumb, by acting like he's better than somebody, that he's smart just because, his father had a business and he did some HVAC back in the day. But he's been locked up for 9 years. He really don't want to work. He don't want to work. He wants somebody to take care of him. He ain't trying to hear the bullshit. He already said he don't like working. And he also already said he wants to do a job that he wants to do, something he like. But baby, if you really want to take care of Caitlyn, if you really want to get your life on track, you'll do anything and everything as far as being legal, get income to survive, so you won't have the stresses of going back to jail, and you would deal with the real life issues. There's a lot of people that go to jobs that they don't like and they don't want to be at, but they need money, and they have responsibilities, and they just deal with it. Eventually they might change and get another job, a new job, or whatever the case may be. But he didn't want to work. He gives the guy that's an attitude that's giving him an interview too as well, because the guy asked him, wash, spray this, pump this machine or whatever, do this and that. He didn't want to get his sneakers dirty. His sneakers didn't cost no more than $100. His clothes, his jeans didn't cost more than $20. His shirt didn't cost more than $10. You know what I mean? All that shit could be replaced, but he's worried about what he looks like now. You've been locked up for half of your life, and you worried about what you look like. You know what you look like on TV. You look like a meth addict. And I'm sorry to all the meth addicts out there if I'm offending you, but he does. So does Brittany. She looked like she did meth. Meth is a heavy drug, a strong drug, and it'll fuck your looks up real quick, fast, in a hurry. And then, this guy, if a guy is asking you to do a demonstration, let me see what kind of skills you got. And that means most likely they're going to give you the job, because if they don't like you off rip, they're not going to even test you to see if you got the skills, number one. Then number two, your best friend introduced you and set this up. So you already got 1 foot in the door because of who you know. All you had to do is do the demonstration and be humble about it. But he didn't want to work. He wanted to make sure he did everything possible not to get the job. Even if the interviewer came out smart or sarcastic, it was a shoo-in for you to get this job. You deal with it because maybe he was testing you to see if you still got that prison mentality, to see if you're still humble, to see if you are really willing to work or ready to work, or you have a desire to work, because he's been around. The person that was interviewing Matt is a former reformed criminal with his own business, so he know the signs. So he was giving you a test and you failed the test. People give you a test when you go on interviews, if it's not a verbal test, a written test, or just a test period, to see how you're going to react. They might ask you a question, but he didn't want the job. Then he goes home to Caitlyn, and he was like, oh boy, he don't give a shit. Caitlyn's over there cleaning up his boy's apartment because they need a place to stay. They don't want to be at mom's house so they can drink and smoke weed and live off of Matt's best friend. Caitlyn feels like, she's wearing out her welcome at mama's house. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. No, it's your problem now. And then on top of that, they ain't even cleaning up behind themselves or doing chores around the house. The mama is washing Caitlyn and Matt's clothes and folding them up and putting it in their room. That's some bullshit. So we have that situation, and Caitlyn was like, well, you should have controlled yourself. You should have been more eager. And she can't even really speak her mind to Matt or express that, he can't behave the way he has to suck it up, because he does have all these strikes against him. And then on top of that, if you want to get to where you need to go, sometimes you got to suck the bullshit in and suck it up and keep your head moving forward. And then once you get to where you need to go, you can say F it, but he ain't trying to hear it. He's acting like he know it all. He's better, and his clothes are worth more than life. I don't know. Maybe he had on Jordans. I have no idea what he had. He didn't have on Timbs, and I didn't see Jordans. So, and he didn't have on Yeezys. So He could have easily washed them off. Like, get a toothbrush and some bleach and wash your goddamn shoes or something. And then if you were so unique and so good with what you're supposed to do, you would have backed up, forward, and got the shit done. And you would show that technique, like, I can do this without getting my clothes dirty. But he don't want a job. He ain't gonna work. Caitlyn think that she's on this honeymoon and all the shit that Matt promised her is gonna come. It ain't gonna come. And you, my friend, will be ending up on drugs if you continue this relationship with Matt, because he is driving you crazy. And you insane for even being in a relationship with him. You're insane for even believing that he was gonna get a job and change his life around when he's a 12-time convicted felony. That number is going to jump up to 18, 19, 20, 40, and 50 because he's never going to learn his lesson. Matt was talking about he wanted to punch the guy in the face and all this other stuff. The people around Matt baby him. They don't tell him the fucking truth because they scared he's going to run off and get high. If he going to get high, he going to get high. And him being arrested again, driving without a license, he's taking a risk as somebody on meth would take a risk thinking they can get away. And he's thinking that he can take meth and get away with it. So these people are full of shit all day and every day. I'm just like, damn. This is bad for business, but this shit is crazy. It just shows you the psychologically, how these people think. Like, how do you put yourself in these situations? How do you get in these situations? And how some people are so desperate too for love and respect and just to be with somebody or have companionship. They would ignore all the signs that are in their face just to say I got a man or a woman. Peace. I'm out. Much love to all my peeps and my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated, my peeps, my peoples. Peace. I'm out. One love.